Morning, YouTube world. Today is Friday, March 17th. Happy St. Patty's Day. We got episode 16 of AM Chatter. A whole screen today. Tom Burko is not banned. Anthony LaPera is still banned. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good morning.
Thank you for not having the ban on me. We do have my guest, as you can see there in the corner.
Why don't you introduce Mr. Guest?
He is the guru of college sports. So his best category is basketball. So I brought him here today for the second best day of the year, which the first was yesterday because it starts. We got the second best day of the year. I don't expect many of you to leave the couch today. So we wanted to bring you some picks, let Ari jump in here and give you everything you need to know about this hoop season.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thanks for the introduction, Tom. And for those of you that are with us this morning, thank you. It's a great show. I've been listening to the podcast for the past few weeks now. So cheers to the team here. So just to let everyone know, I got three really big plays for today, and then I'm going to give some Saturday plays. And if we have time, we'll maybe talk about some golf coming up.
Okay.
But first pick of the day that I really like isn't until a little bit later, so it's 6:10. It's Kentucky versus Providence.
Why are you liking the way that Calipari has that team rolling right now? Because they were hot at the end of the year.
Here's my thing. There's a couple things. Number one, when Calipari does damage in the tournament, his team is never a 1 seed, a 2 seed, a 3 seed. It's usually when his team is like an 8 seed or they're not expecting to win, and then they do their thing. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I don't believe that Coach Cal's ever been bounced back-to-back years in the first round in his tenure as a coach, not just at Kentucky, but all time. It's the second thing. The third thing is that Kentucky has Oscar Tshiebwe, and if you don't know who Oscar Tshiebwe is, he's a 7-foot-tall menace in the paint. And there's one thing that Providence has a very difficult time doing. Bryce Hopkins, who's a Kentucky transfer, is Providence's probably best player. He's a 6'11" forward/center. The one thing that Bryce Hopkins has difficulty with is interior defense. And that's just not going to work against Oscar Tshiebwe. And I really like Kentucky to not only win this game against Providence, but they match up well against K-State or Montana State if there's an upset. And then even then, there's no one on Marquette that's taller than probably 6'8". So you got Oscar Tshiebwe looking really good in the next few games. Really like him today. So I like Kentucky with the points -4.5. That's the first play of the day today.
I like that.
Lock it.
And
it's already in DraftKings.
Yeah. The next play of the day is
responsibly.
I'm gonna go back to the well. And if you got to look at Gonzaga, they're -15.5 as their spread. Seems like a little big. However, if you look back at Gonzaga over the years, they tend to win games by a lot of points against bad teams. Another note about Grand Canyon. When Grand Canyon was traveling to this event this weekend where they can play their at least one game and maybe two games, their equipment did not come on the bus. So a lot of the players had no clothes. A lot of players had no shoes. A lot of mishaps happened with the plane travel and the bus travel, and their players are just starting to get some of their clothes over the next few days, and they're not exactly dialed in, and they're comfortable with all their stuff, and not to mention their team's just not very good. You got Drew Timme, who's been a beast in the tournament. You have Julian Strother on Gonzaga. You got some Brazier Bolton. You got guys who have experience in the tournament. 16 points is not a lot for them. They should handle Grand Canyon very easily. That's my next play of the day.
Let's hear number 3.
Number 3. So I watched this team play the other night, the playing game. And every year you got to have one playing team that goes far. I do like Tom's sweatshirt that he's wearing and the Pitt Panthers.
P-I-T-T.
As my fiance went to Pitt, and I'm slowly becoming a Pitt alumni myself, although I've never went to Pitt. We own season tickets to the football game, etc. So I'm in support of Pitt. However, my 11 seed in the playing game that I like to go far is Arizona State. The reason why is DJ Horn is probably one of the best transfers in the country, and he's a great scorer, prolific scorer. And they're going to go up against TCU. TCU, where they had their senior captain, their leader from last year, basically quit on the team. They also have a couple of rifts going on between the players. Other than Mike Miles, who's their best scorer on TCU, they don't have a lot of defensive specialists. And I think Arizona State can take advantage of that and cover the points at 5.5. Maybe Arizona State doesn't win, but I like those points on 5.5 for a team that's hot, that played a game the other night, that looks really good. I think it's the two very safe plays, both Arizona State, three safe plays, both Arizona State plus 5.5, Gonzaga with the points, and Kentucky. I like those that's just for today.
For today, and I would definitely take note of those picks. Ari last weekend in the conference tournament was 20-6 on his picks, and he was 4-0 yesterday, folks. 4-0 on the first day of March Madness. So he only has 3 today, so it seems a little bit more confident. I might tell him.
Okay, now we're going to obviously tell everyone to gamble responsibly. First off, we are finance people. But the reason we had Ari on talking basketball, obviously it's March Madness, but if you do whale plays, you hammer all those picks, and you got a large lump sum of money after the weekend thanks to Ari, and you now want to go buy a house with that money, okay? We got guidelines with large deposits and just cash. So Mr. LaPera, Mr. Senior Loan Officer, why don't you fill us in a little bit on cash deposits, large deposits, how those become a problem when you follow Ari all weekend, you win a couple, shekels, and now you want to put them down towards your house.
For sure. So yeah, after you take the great advice from Ari and you win those games, and then you deposit $2,000 in the bank, cash. Unfortunately, that money will not be used towards the mortgage asset verification. It's cash. So the problem with cash is it can't be documented and verified of where the money came from, which is part of the Patriot Act for the government. And we have to verify all deposits and where they came from. So we can verify the deposit was made. We just can't verify where the money came from. So cash is never good.
Yep. So pretty much you'd have to wait to season that money, throw it in an account for 30 or 60 days until we have a long enough time seasoning, or we can take a cash deposit up to usually a half, 50% of your gross monthly income. But again, we're putting whale plays on Ari. We're making more than that responsibly. So it's going to be an issue if you don't do it properly and season your money. So that's the small amount of mortgage talk we're going to have today when it comes to this St. Patrick's Friday. I know we were all busy this week. It is spring selling season. Everyone's off doing something. Tom had a first-time home buyer seminar yesterday. Anthony was at a St. Patty's Day lunch and learn happy hour. I got my RV out today. We're doing a lunch and learn up in the North Hills. So what are you guys' plans for this weekend? What are you seeing? I know it's second day of March Madness. Just give us some weekend plans.
I'm not leaving my couch today. I see our chatterbox off and early here. I am going to sit at home. You want to know why I'm going to sit at home all day today, Ryan? The UPS tracking label came. Masters tickets arrive on the front porch today. I will make sure that I will be signing that UPS man's little tablet for that.
So 2 big things. First, ASU. I once tricked this dumb roommate of mine to pay for a tattoo. So I actually have an Arizona State tattoo on my back that I didn't have to pay for. Suckered him into that back in the day when I actually spent a little time in the desert. Secondly, thank God Tom's going on his honeymoon during the Masters because I'm getting 2 of those babies. So absolutely stay home. Sign for that. If you leave your house, I will find you because I have a tracker on you today. So make sure that's done.
I got that handled. I got a couple more things for Ari here. Ari, give me who you got Saturday. Give me one pick for Saturday.
I'll give you actually 2 locks that I have for Saturday.
Love
the
that.
first one is you're going to get your first 1 seed going down. KU's losing to Arkansas. And that's simply just because Arkansas's got about 3 NBA ready players that'll be lottery picks. And in addition, they have a 5-star Jared Walsh, who was Gatorade Player of America last year. And they're very good. Kansas has a hard time defending the paint. Arkansas scores in the paint. They don't shoot a lot of threes.
You've always been a Razorback fan.
I've been a Woo Pig Suey fan for a long time. I like Arkansas, and I think that they got a chance to knock off that first 1 seed on Saturday. And then also my next play is Furman. The Furman Paladins. Look at them yesterday, playing great. And now, they got San Diego State, who's similarly to Virginia, not a very good scoring team, has a hard time scoring. So I like Furman to cover the points on 5.5 as well. And that'll be Saturday's day.
That Furman game was awesome yesterday. I did get to catch the end of that. And the interview, the post-game interview from the Furman guy that hit the 3 was absolutely incredible. I would recommend watching that. That's almost a motivational quote for you Friday.
All right, well, here's a test for you, Mr. Guru. I actually learned this maybe 45 minutes ago. Do you know what a paladin is?
My guess is it's a type of bird, but I could be wrong.
Very wrong.
Warrior.
Yeah.
It's like a knight of the round table or something like that.
Oh, I love
It's
that.
it's actually a thing over your shoulder.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the thing behind you. Not you, Ari. Ryan.
Oh, gotcha.
Which one? General Bam or the actual knight?
The paladin in the corner.
Funny guy. Funny guy. The only one wearing green on the screen. You got any big plans for your St. Patty's Day? You Irish Italian?
This weekend I'm just laying low, man, and then today I gotta do something over in one of my offices, so I gotta pick up some food, couple phone calls, and just laying back this weekend, man.
All right, sweet. Well, Ari, I appreciate you coming on. Tom, way to come through and get us a guest.
Thank you, Ari.
Anthony, we will discuss your band next week. We'll probably be lifted, and we'll see how we do in round 2. But I guess I'm now on the clock, so I've been talking all the trash. Let's see if I can come through. But guys, have a great Friday, great weekend, and see you on the flip side.
Good luck.
All right, guys. See ya.
Be responsible.
See you guys.